questions? How about V-lock specific questions? Or how about, I had this one issue training, or this one person does this, we'll answer it quick. Or I get nervous before matches, or anything. You have any kind of questions about anything specific? Don't be shy.
Best defense to get out of the knee bar?
V-lock?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me know. So if you have me here, realize this. Okay, I'll show you one really good defense. The thing is, there's one counter to it that's, but almost no one's counter. Like I'm talking like I know the counter, but like seriously, like no one will even do it. Okay, so put pressure on this. All right, stop, tap. It's hurting me. See, watch this. But if I do this, put pressure, go, pressure. See, it already allows me to turn right here. Now we're at 411 though, kind of. See. So then you have to address this, but you're out of the V-lock. So it's just you kind of put yourself on 411. Average person won't let go in time, so you're out of the move. If you let go and went to 411 fast enough, you know you might be, but you have to get out of the first move to think about the second move. Okay. So what I'm saying is V-lock, grab, and just you pull the knee to your chest and turn. And usually you get that's how you do it. Okay. So pull the knee to your chest, scoot closer, and it opens up to where the angle gets ruined. Everybody said the person wants to fold their back. That's the angle where you're preventing them from getting that angle. Make sense? Sure, sir. What's your try to make? Get me a knee lock. So the thing is, I'm gonna sit here. So put pressure on. You see how this allows me to turn? Here, there. Yeah, then I'll go here. So it's something. As soon as I pull, I've already have the angle where you don't. I already made it where you can't get the angle. Okay. And then of course you can get more, but that's the fastest way I can answer that would make some sense. Okay. Good question. Other ones? That was a good question. Good enough. I know people kind of it's a little tiring. You know, I'm tired too, so it's all good. No stress. Okay, so I think what's making sense. We got a little more fancy, more advanced the second day. A couple of you that weren't here yesterday, I understand there was a lot of foundational stuff yesterday. Yesterday wasn't boring, but it was more like we had to break down these little principles and tricks and foot position, the angle of the hips, which hands on top, which is called the snap of the punch. There's a prepared movements or what was it, power assist. I think is something that someone said recently is what they call. There's all kinds of these new terms that I used a lot yesterday. Open circuit, closed circuit was one that we used today as well. And I'm straight at that point yesterday. Open circuit, where my feet are not crossed, is the missing link for leg locks. A lot of people do not address, or if they do address it, they do it the old-fashioned way that people have seen, and it's kind of obsolete. So the average person makes a mistake of going, "Wow, leg locks are scary." So I'll learn the most advanced stuff I can, I'll learn the jumping 50-50 before I learn the open circuit leg lock. And then they don't get any real confidence in that move because they can't build it to a high level. For example, the longest word in English is anti-disestablishmentarianism. How many of you used that word in life?
So I'm talking about the longest word.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So see, what if you start with that word instead of like, hey bro, what's up? I'm hungry. Start with the most advanced thing, and it's kind of, by the way, in Portuguese, it's inconstitucionalíssimamente. It's the longest word in Portuguese. I've also used it only to show the long. It means unconstitutional. I've actually never said that one. You can actually use that unconstitutional. Right. It's a lei inconstitucionalíssima. Can you say it?
No.
Inconstitucionalissimamente.
Inconstitucionalissimamente? Così?
That was good for your first time, bro. He was off by one syllable. Oh man, you Brazilians, that's nice. Inconstitucionalissimamente, right? So, like, that's absurd to start with that word, especially in those Portuguese. That doesn't even make sense. You'll never use that in your life, okay? So, I make an absurd analogy because it makes sense. Like, come on, starting with a jumping, reverse, inverted, upside down, twisting, double D-lock or something. I mean, come on, that's nice. You can see it on YouTube, it's pretty cool. But you have to learn all the other things that lead up to it. A lot of people overlook the open circuit idea. And I just call it open circuit, closed circuit. This is what I call it, but it just means one has feet crossed and one do not, okay? And that's just like straight foot locks and heel locks. Then we have knee locks, we have knee compressions, and we have holds as well, right? So that's my intention. Hopefully it's making sense yesterday and today. All right. And it didn't really go too much of guard passing. I combine this a lot with guard passing, and next time I come, we'll do a lot from the bottom with sweeps, because that's the other half. I have the launches with sweeps as well, okay? Any last questions?
How about getting smashed? Let's say you're going for that 50-50
you guys come out of there strong, or one of those believers that you just have to stand up on that leg attack and get smashed over.
I understand.
How can we recover from
So first of all,
better efficiently?
all right. So first of all, get up on me, get up on me. Yeah. It's very hard if I'm not going full up. If I go feel it, it's very hard to go outside. It's very hard to heal. Now the thing is, it's this thing, we're making one simple rule change. Usually, IGF guys, that's illegal to go for heal. So full up, go sit up now, step. Because yeah, it works right now. With the heal up though, really hard. Matter of fact, we were training Coquino with Moraes and Doug Ramos. And Doug Ramos he's all about champion. He's the highest level you can imagine. But he was teaching all about this kind of stuff, like we're showing. I'm like, oh, I told him Portuguese. Oh, Toquinho? No. We're talking about this is beautiful. I know it's beautiful. But when the heel is in jeopardy, like stand up, go stand up, like it's there, see? And Toquinho is really good, like so there'll be a problem. So my point is with footlocks, go, get up. It's really hard for this now. But the heel look, when I go like that, it's really hard to stand up. So it's something that because of the rules, it's very effective in IBGF rules. It's not very effective in with those, in my opinion, okay? So if you're allowed to talk about IBGF, completely different subject. With GEEG, completely different subject. So the thing is, I've had guys, I've beat all kinds of guys because of that. Because they're used to a certain response, them standing up a certain way, and I defend the stand up. No, it's get your heel. When you stand up, your heel is there. As soon as your heel's on the ground, maybe you have a chance, but still, let's go right to it. So now I'll do this. So grab my foot for full up. Grab my full up. No, full up. No. See, now my foot goes on the ground, I can get up pretty much. Oh, let go. So now, see, don't, same with this. Now go for my heel, go for my heel. Yeah, see, it sticks out. By me putting my foot to the ground, it sticks my heel out. Matter of fact, go back in. For me to put my foot on the ground, go grab heel. My foot sticks out. You know what I'm saying? So if I was not to go from the ground and do this, maybe I could defend the heel, but I can't stand up. See what I'm saying? So, it makes sense to you?
Yeah.
Because there's ways